All right, so you in New York, get apprehended by the marshals, and basically how that process was.
Oh, that was a long that was a real long process. Up there in New York, when they got me in the system, it was kind of, I knew it wasn't a state, because, the way you go to court, and then you enter and the way they give you court dates up there in the feds, you go to court probably every 10 months. Mm-hmm. Your court date, you go to court. When I first went to court, and when I went and opened my indictment in front of the judge, I didn't go to court till like 9 months later. And that's everybody in the jail when you in the feds up there in New York in the area where I was in.
Right.
So that process in there, sitting in there, going through that, trying to get on the phone and, call towards Florida for somebody that you know, that'll probably, figure out something for you.
Right.
That was kind of like hard because the jails up in there, like I said, they kind of different. They it's like kind of one lane, like a hallway, and it's so small with a whole bunch of tiers and you just living, so I kind of had a lot of people I dealt with in them jails right there. So it was kind of, I did 2 years in them jails fighting my case. So at the end of my case, towards the end, when it was time for me to either go to trial or take the 15, because when they enhanced me was when this happened. I'm sitting there, and you have to do a probationary period with the probation officer.
PSI.
The PSI. And when they did my PSI, and he did my background on my PSI, that's when they enhanced me after my PSI.
Right.
So when after my PSI, I learned that I was ACCA. So I'm really trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know what.
Explain to them what is ACCA.
ACCA is Armed Career Criminal, the Armed Career Criminal Act. The Armed Career Criminal Act is when you got a violence and you got 2 drugs, or either you got a violence, 1 drug and 2 violence. And at this point in time in life, I got a firearm, armed robbery on my charge, on my record, from out of Florida.
Right.
So after the probation officer did the PSI in the feds, and he came back, and now I go to court. Now I'm at 15, or either trial in life, and the judge I had up there was Judge Perry. The judge I had up there was a high profile judge up there, and he was giving everybody life. That was his promise in the feds. You go to his courtroom and you take anything to trial, you lose, you automatically get life. That's just what it was. He got history in it. Mm-hmm. So he went to I went to worry about that, and then I was in a situation with a family up there, and when I took my 15.
Right.
So I signed my plea for the 15, still hoping it stay at 15. When I go get sentenced. That's how that went, and then till I got processed and sent up to my first spot.
All right, so once you get sentenced, you don't really know where you're going.
No, you don't know where you're going in the feds when you get sentenced. When you get sentenced in the feds, they send you to a holding facility. Then when they send you to a holding facility, then your name get processed. You don't know nothing about which way you're going, how you're going, or anything. No, you don't know.
Right.
You don't know. And they sent me to Youngstown, Ohio. It's a federal holdover. It's in Youngstown, and I sat there in Youngstown, and from Youngstown I sat there till I got processed, basically in the system, until they found my spot. The Youngstown holdover, I sat in there, I cut hair, I went to talking to a lot of guys that was getting transferred through the system, and I was learning how things gonna be and what to expect, because I had a lot of questions. Like I said, it wasn't like the state,
right?
So I had a whole bunch of questions, because they got rules that you might finna walk this way, and they be like, oh, you can't walk that way in front of this TV, that's their TV. Now here I go with questions,
right?
And what you mean I can't walk in front of the TV? That might be the Mexicans TV, that might be the whites TV, that might be this and the third. So by me saying this ain't the state, everything is territorial, and you got to stay in your lane. And when I mean your lane in there, it's certain areas you couldn't, walk by, and I understand that.
Right.
So now I'm feeling in a more hostile and way more dangerous environment.
Right. So what was the first spot you went?
First
I mean,
spot
hold on, matter of fact, once they came and got you from the holdover, how was that transportation work for you? The transportation part of it.
Transportation part of the process with the getting on the plane and the being shot, that was a long, hard process because they wake you up. I'm already used to flying, myself ain't, and going to booking and by me being a high profile inmate, I wear the black box when I get transferred, so it's like basically it was kind of hard to eat, use the bathroom on the plane, and the way you got to sit, and mind you sitting, when they put that black box on you in the morning at about 4 or 5 o'clock, that black box ain't coming off your wrist until about 1 o'clock the next morning when you get, no, I take that back. That black box ain't coming off you until you get to R&D probably 9 o'clock that night at your original spot. I ain't talking about getting off this plane and transferring to another plane. The black box gonna stay on you. The other cuffs gonna, they gonna come off until you transfer to the other planes.
Right.
But when you put that black box on, the uncomfortableness with that process right there was very uncomfortable.
See, cause I want people to understand, man, that shit ain't no game. That shit to make you change your life. You don't want to get fucked off the street and, fuck around and get, some dudes got 40, 50 years, life sentences. Like it ain't nothing. And they good people, but they ain't gonna get out.
They ain't gonna get out, and when I got to Hazelton, them the kind of guys I ended up meeting, off top, guys that I've seen on TV, and Hazelton. When I got to Hazelton, it was kind of that was a different spot as well, and that was my first spot because when I got there, the process in there is different. They ask you these type of questions, and you got the lieutenant, and they ask you questions, what gang you run with, and when they ask me what gang I ran with, I have to claim a gang. I have to claim somebody that I run with before before you go in the yard, rather, before they put you in a cell, because it's like they can't house certain people with certain people. And at this particular time at Hazelton, DC and Florida wasn't getting along, too good, and we had a few good men out of different spots of Florida, and there was a lot of things going on with a lot of men from that way. So it's like when I got to Hazelton, it was like it was real hostile, and they let me know everybody on the bus, rather, you know who you run with. These guys, they know who they run with. Me coming to the feds, I don't even know what that means. I ain't in no gang. I'm from Tampa. I'm from Florida.
Right.
I ain't in no gang. I'm from Florida, in my neighborhood. But when they said I had to claim that this how it runs here, the South, and
who told you this? The officer telling you this?
The officer telling me this. The officer telling all us this. He telling everybody this. But like I said, Mikey, you got guys that grasp hold to certain things a little faster. You got certain guys that was all, been there. So, but me, that was my first time, in the Fed.
And you didn't know you were going to a penitentiary?
I mean, I knew I was going to a max.
Right.
I knew I could be going to a max, but I ain't know I was going to, the max like I did my time in. The majority of my, my bid is.
Right.
Hazelton was just, one of them spots, and everybody, when you do get processed, you can't use the phone, and then you might find out through the officer at night, in the middle of the night, you might be like, hey, it's a bus leaving tonight. You might come out, I'll tell you where you're going on. The reason why the officer sneak and let you know right then is because you're going to leave at about 3, 4, 5. He might come around about 1 o'clock and tell you, but it's in the middle of the night, you can't use the phone. You're going to be in the app.
Right,
you're going to be in the app when the doors pop open, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I found I was going to Hazelton, I'm on the door. Hey, bro, what, you yelling through the vent. Hey, what's up with Hazelton, man? They said they got me here. Then you hear, oh, boy, you going to Hazelton, boy, Hazelton. You know what I'm saying? Gladiator school like this, boy, you know what I'm saying? That's what they doing, you know what I'm saying? Doing DMV, I guess they call that DMV up that way because, you got the DC in Baltimore and that, so it's like they over, it's more majority at that spot.
Right.
And
how many of y'all from Florida was in
Florida, we probably had 20 guys out of Florida. The South Car is what they call it. Was we had numbers in that, and that's and we had numbers in the South Car rather,
And what that consists of?
That consisted of like Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, of course, Mississippi and stuff like that, Alabama, anything consisted out of the South, being that you in that area. See, a lot of all spots territory like that. See, if we was, in the South, it wouldn't have been, it like that for the South Car. It wouldn't have been, Georgia would have been on their own, and it would have been Florida. But being that in that area, the South Car consisted of, Alabama, Georgia, everything. So, and I started running with some guys out of Miami, because actually it wasn't even one guy from Tampa that at that particular time. It was one guy from St. Pete. You know what I'm saying? It was my partner, you know what I'm saying? He from out of St. Pete. He had about 25. You know what I'm saying? He was a wild boy there, So,
He's still in there?
Yeah, he's still in the system. A lot of guys, a lot of dudes be telling me, he got another big, and he was one of those type, to the point he came in wild, he grew up, in it wild, and,
What's the homie name?
My homie name?
Yeah, what's his name?
Hook.